Hello and welcome to Inverex Solar Energy Pitch Side Show. Now we're here. Pakistan have won the series. New Zealand have a chance to make some kind of redemption by winning the last two one-day internationals. From a Pakistan perspective, a chance to perhaps experiment, or they might just want to eye that 5-0 scoreline, because if they do go on to win, they will be the #1 side in cricket in that rankings area. Now I've been joined by Mr. Grant David Elliott and Arooj Mumtaz Khan. Full names today. The middle name, the full name, the surname, that's what we're going to operate with, because it's just great to have you guys here, and I just like calling you with your full names.
No, thanks a lot, Zainab Abbas Mirza.
Oh.
Really impressive stuff every time you name us something different. I embrace it. But you're right, though, about 5-0. A lot of people said, oh, maybe the series is done, 3-0 up, they're going to rest some players. But they do have a lot to play for. I mean, 5-0 up, going to #1 in ODI rankings leading up to the World Cup would be something special. And I think something special for the new management team of Pakistan. Obviously, with Mickey Arthur coming into the fold, and there's a lot of new faces around. So they're trying to work out their best combinations, and now's the perfect stage for it.
Did you enjoy your shopping experience? So I'm more interested in knowing more about that.
You
went to Zainab Market, so I hold some kind of an authority there. It's been named after me. How was your experience?
I mentioned your name and I got a little discount, so that was good. You know, they gave me 15% off. But I've got a very special gift for someone later on, and you saw that, and I can't wait to give it to him. Just before we go out there today. But it was great experience to get out and about, obviously see all the leather. I might get a leather jacket fitted. I just heard in my ear that blue looked good on me, so I might do that.
He's just a humble brag, Arooj, like I always call him. He's just a humble brag. That's what we can expect from him. But Dr. Khan, what can we expect from the Pakistan side today? Because I mean, they're eyeing that 5-0. Remember, we've done that. We've been there, done that, where we've come close to winning a series in the T20s, and then we managed to level it when New Zealand made a comeback, and this we've already won. So that tick box is basically been ticked. But just in terms of what is the incentive here?
See, honestly, every game is important. Pakistan can't afford to take things sort of non-seriously, which they won't. But I still feel there's some people on the bench who deserve to get a go, because especially we don't know about the upcoming ODIs. We're not quite sure if the Asia Cup will pan out the way it is. So in terms of just trying and experimenting, and you touched on one particular word there, Zainab, you said experimenting. We saw a couple of days ago in the post-match, Imam Ul Haq referred to the fact when he was asked a question that we don't have time to experiment. And that's something that sort of just put a little bit of question mark in my mind. Like, in terms of preparation, you're up against a relatively weaker New Zealand side. You're up 3-0 in the series. This is the time to experiment. And again, it's not experiment. The players are in the squad because they deserve to be in the squad. The players are in the squad because they've done enough to be in that squad. And if they're a part of the 15, they should be good enough to make part of your 11. So this is the time to experiment. I don't really think come the World Cup warm-up matches will be the time to experiment. So I really feel, and again, it's not experiment. It's just different strategies, trying players in different positions and see what your best combination is. Because Pakistan still don't have their best 11. In terms of combinations.
Very good point.
I totally agree. I think that the biggest thing that you said there is finding the combinations, and leading into World Cup, I think Pakistan have got a fantastic combination when you look at the top three. Top three batters are 3 of the 5 best batters in the world at the moment. So tick that box. The bowling at the death, bowling up front, tick that box. Middle order and bowling through the middle is kind of the combinations that I guess that they need to experiment with.
Talking about combinations, New Zealand is still trying to find the right combination with the team that they have. Ben Lister makes his debut today, and what a moment for him, because he received his cap in the New Zealand camp today. Again, a great moment. It's a different format altogether, and what do you think he brings to the table?
Oh, well, I think, a left-arm bowler brings something different. It's great to have a left-arm bowler that comes in and bowls different angles to the left-handers, right-handers. And just a very special moment, we saw Cole McConkey. Now, Cole McConkey never got the opportunity to play in New Zealand. They're not very spinner-friendly pitches. He was in that all-rounder position. You generally look to play a seamer in that sort of position. So got the opportunity and did really well. And I think that New Zealand are grooming these players quite nicely to prepare them for the big stage. So Ben Lister's been on tour, he's played a few T20s, they've sort of brought him through the ranks, and now he gets the opportunity to really stake his claim in one-day cricket. And it's about building breadth of experience and skill in your squad, and I think that that's what Pakistan are doing here, and New Zealand as well, with 9 of their players out.
Talking of skill, you know, Pakistan definitely has a lot of skill in the bowling department, different kinds of fast bowlers altogether. You've got the Naseem Shahs and Shaheen Shahs, but one guy who's really worked hard to cement his place in the side is Mohammad Waseem Jr. He's been bowling really well at the death, and Sikandar Butt caught up with him.
Star Talk, brought to you by Inverix Solar Energy.
वसीम मेरे साथ हैं। वसीम, सबसे पहले इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ जो फ़र्क नज़र आया पिंडी से कराची में टीम में, वो था फील्डिंग, और काफ़ी शानदार फील्डिंग रही है। लगता है बहुत ज़्यादा काम किया, स्पेशली जो इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट विकेट थी, ब्लंडिल की रन आउट था, उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएं।
जी बिल्कुल, हम थोड़ा वर्क करते हैं ना फील्डिंग पे। बैडमिंटन भाई अभी हमारे साथ जो कोच है वो काफ़ी वर्क किया 2 दिन इधर फील्डिंग पे, तो इसलिए थोड़ा इम्प्रूव हुआ फील्डिंग, तो हम काम करते हैं इस पे। तो जब रन आउट की बात की तो फास्ट बॉलर की, तो आम तो माशाल्लाह बहुत तेज़ होते हैं, तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अल्लाह ने मुझे थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा भी दिए, तो मेरे आम थोड़ा तेज़ है, तो इस तरह वजह से वो रन आउट हो गया।
अच्छा, फास्ट बॉलर्स का आम तेज़ होता है, लेकिन पुराने ज़माने में फास्ट बॉलर्स को थर्ड मैन फाइनल लेग पे खड़ा करते थे क्योंकि फील्डर इतना अच्छा नहीं माना जाता था। आपने जो कैच लिया वो बड़ा शानदार कैच था। बहुत काम करते हैं एज फास्ट बॉलर्स भी डीप में फील्डिंग का।
जी बिल्कुल, थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है क्योंकि आप बाउंड्री लाइन से थ्रो करते हैं तो मुश्किल होता है, लेकिन हम काम करते हैं, थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा करते हैं ना, और बॉलिंग और बैटिंग के साथ थोड़ा फील्डिंग पे थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा काम करते हैं, तो इस वजह से थोड़ा इंप्रूव हुआ है फील्डिंग।
आपकी नसीम शाह से बड़ी अच्छी दोस्ती है, और आपने जो उनके साथ सेलिब्रेट किया था, नज़र आता है बॉन्डिंग जो होती है प्लेयर्स में आपस में।
जी बिल्कुल, बॉन्डिंग तो सारे के साथ है, लेकिन नसीम के साथ थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा है, तो थोड़ा एंजॉय करता है इसके साथ, तो इस तरह।
अच्छा, एज फास्ट बॉलर थोड़ा सा बताइए, इतना ज़्यादा T20 क्रिकेट होती है तो बॉलर का माइंडसेट 4 ओवर पे बना हुआ होता है, कितना फ़र्क लाना पड़ता है अपनी बॉलिंग में जब 10 ओवर क्रिकेट करनी पड़ती है?
जी इसके हिसाब से खेलते हैं क्योंकि T20 अलग फॉर्मेट है, तो इसके हिसाब से T20 मतलब थोड़ा तेज़ होता है ना, तो इसकी हिसाब से जो ODI फॉर्मेट आता है तो इसके लिए थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट करनी पड़ती है क्योंकि वो थोड़ा लॉन्ग फॉर्मेट होता है, तो इस सिचुएशन में
कोई ऐसा बैट्समैन जो आप कहते हैं कि थोड़ा सा तगड़ा है, इसको बॉलिंग करने के लिए 2 बार सोचना पड़ता है?
जी बिल्कुल, अभी तक तो सारे तगड़े प्लेयर हैं, लेकिन केन विलियमसन को बॉलिंग करना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता है क्योंकि वो थोड़ा।
और नेट्स में अपनी टीम में
बाबर भाई जो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, तो उसको बॉलिंग करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है क्योंकि वो बहुत क्लास है।
चलिए वसीम, बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो इतनी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस का पिछले गेम में, एंड गुड लक टू यू।
थैंक यू।
Star Talk, brought to you by Inverix Solar Energy.
Such a live wire in the field. That stunning catch that we saw the other day, I mean, it's never easy when you're on the run.
I was joking with him earlier because I saw him warming up, and I said, "Hey, Jonty Rhodes." I said, "Do you know who that is?" And he said, "Yes, I do." But the guy said he always just smiles. He just smiles all the time, and I don't think we expect great fielding from Pakistan. Let's be honest. Pakistan fielding has never really been, you know, world class, but I think we saw a world class performance the other day. The way that they dived around the field, you know, and watching your fast bowlers like Waseem Jr. do what he did, the run out, the catch, and he was even in the inner ring at one stage, saving one, and it's part of the game. It is part of the game now. You have to be a multifaceted cricketer. You can't just have players in the field that are labouring.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think what Grant has mentioned, I really hope that they go back into the dressing room like that and somebody has a word like, guys, we can do it. This is the kind of standard we should set for ourselves and not settle for anything less than that. Because again, it is something which comes from within. You are responsible, you can work on it, you can make it better. And as a group, when Pakistan click in the fielding unit, they look a different side. And it is, again, it's a mindset that they shouldn't settle for anything less from themselves. So there's no margin for complacency.
Let's talk about the combination, Aruj, because Mohammad Nawaz has been ruled out. He had an injury. He's not playing today. So what kind of combination do you think Pakistan can go with today?
Whether they go with the pace or they go with the 2 leg spinners, I highly doubt they'll go with the 2 leg spinners, but they'll probably want to put in who now? Like, they pretty much got this set. It's more of a position where Pakistan can afford to put in anybody. I wouldn't mind seeing Osama Mir, because we've still got enough bowling options. But again, the one name that I've been talking about throughout the series is Iftikhar. I would love to see Iftikhar make a place in this side. He bats in the number 5-6 position and he bowls at off spin as well. With New Zealand left-handers, that they've got a few of them in that top 5, top 6, the off spin of Iftikhar is a very, very good asset to have within that 11.
And the fact that, you talk about his bowling as well, like she said, she mentioned the fact that, they have a few left-handed batsmen, but also his batting on its own. He sort of has, you saw a bit of him. He has managed to create his own space within the side.
Well, he's a power hitter, and I think the only other power hitter that Pakistan have really got in the middle is Shadab, but you need two players there. But where that position is important is overs 20 to 40. I almost think that those are your power play overs now. Don't wait till the end. Don't wait till over 40. In overs 20 to 40, if you can dominate the spinners, they'll bring the quick bowlers back, which means that then you can get them at the end of the innings. So someone like Iftikhar could be used in a very, very effective way.
All right, he can definitely be used in an effective way if he plays today. We'll find that out now, whether he is in the side or not, because we are ready with the toss. It's over to Sikandar Bakht, who's out there with the two captains.
Toss and pitch report brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Well, it's time for the fourth ODI. We all set. It's a warm afternoon once again, but same thing. A strong breeze blowing across, so it'll be a touch easier for the men out here in the field. We've got our match referee alongside here with us. Chris Bro, thank you for joining us. The two captains, Babar Azam, Tom Latham. Babar, you have the coin?
Heads.
Heads is the call.
It is a head.
And it is heads. Your call. What are you going to do?
We're going to have a bowl again. Obviously, it looks a very similar surface to what we had the other day. I thought the performance we put on the board, was a much improved performance. So we've got another opportunity to try improve again, I guess.
Do you or no do you second time around, but you guys have had a good start, just like in other games in the series. You're looking to just finish the job up in terms of chasing any score down.
Yeah, you're right. I think we've been improving from game to game, whether that be with bat or ball. So I think from our point of view, as we're always looking to improve, and that's the main thing. And I guess, doing the same thing first up as we did last game, then hopefully we can make those subtle adjustments. And then obviously chasing again, depending on what the score is, hopefully we can make those little adjustments too.
Still feel like the other day 280, 290 is still gettable out here?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you look at the end result, we were 20-odd runs behind. But I think if we take those partnerships a little bit deeper, then things might have been a little bit different. So we've got the chance to I guess improve on that performance, and hopefully we can do that.
How about the changes, if any?
So we've got 3 changes. So Jimmy Neesham comes in for Henry Nichols, Henry Shipley misses out for Ben Lister, and Adam Milne for Blair Tickner.
Okay, have a good one.
Thank you. Good luck, mate.
Babar, happy batting first once again?
Yes, we will also batting first if we are won the toss. But yes, we are happy. Pitch looked like the same, not any difference. But we will try to run on the board and put pressure on them.
Strong feeling पिंडी से लेके यहाँ आके fielding पे काफी काम किया टीम ने ऐसा लगता है because जिस तरह run outs हुए, catches हुए. Tell us a bit about that you focus more as a team on fielding.
बिल्कुल है, जिस तरह हमने लास्ट 2 जो प्रैक्टिस सेशन थे उसमें काफ़ी हमने फील्डिंग पे काम किया था, और उस पर हमने काफ़ी जो 1 घंटा हमने फील्डिंग पे लगाया और डिफरेंट ड्रिल्स हमने की, और फील्डिंग पे हमने उसको और मज़ीद अच्छा करने की कोशिश की. और बिल्कुल जब आपका कोई भी स्पोर्ट एक होता है, इसको आप इम्प्रूव करते हैं तो उसके लिए आपको थोड़ा सा हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ता है, तो वो हमने किया और रिज़ल्ट आपके सामने. और मेरे ख्याल से किसी भी टाइम पे आप सेटिस्फाई नहीं होते, हर चीज़ में आपको इम्प्रूवमेंट की ज़रूरत होती है.
You still happy with 280, 290 is a good score out here?
To be honest, yes, but I think little bit pitch looked like a good pitch, so we are looking for 290, 300.
Changes?
5 changes.
5 changes.
Unfortunately, Imam is not playing. He's having niggles.
Okay.
Shan in, and Abdullah Shfiq is not playing. Iftikhar playing. Shadabne is not playing because he's twists his ankle, and Haris playing, and Naseem is not playing. Haris Rauf has come back because of workload.
Well done. Good luck.
Thanks.
So New Zealand have won the toss and they've decided that they will chase again. What is it going to be like, and what's a comfortable score? Let's join Butch out here, and the surface. What do you make of it?
Well, I'll tell you who was uncomfortable, and that was the skipper there. He was trying to remember all the changes made to the team. Look, the pitch, Sikandar, is very, very similar to the one we saw a couple of days ago. We have, you know, mosaics on the surface, one or two cracks. They're held together pretty firmly. There's that little bit of straw that's been rolled in that's not going to have a terrific effect. As far as the seam bowlers are concerned, it's going to be bowl length, hit length hard, and try to make sure that you don't give the batters any width. Batting wise, you're going to have to create a few angles for yourself if the bowlers stick to that method. The interesting thing for me, Sikandar, is that we've got a slightly reverse situation from the other day. The short boundary now is into the wind, over behind or in front of us here, and the long boundary is downwind 80 metres or so, or 80 yards or so in that direction. So that is reversed from the other day. The other thing that interests me is the fact that the ball turned quite as much as it did on Wednesday. So Shadab and of course Ish Sodhi both elicited around about 4.5 centimetres of turn at times, which is the most that we've seen in Pakistan throughout the course of the summer. That is why I'm a little bit surprised that you won the toss and decided to have a bat first in Tom Latham. Well, two reasons, I suppose. One is that it's boiling hot and you'd rather not be bowling in this sort of weather, but also because when it comes to chasing, that turn is going to be difficult when you're chasing a target, provided Pakistan put enough runs on the board. We've got a big breeze coming across the ground again. The breeze kept the dew away, which meant that things didn't get easier to bat second round. So that decision at the toss is an interesting one for me.
It'll be interesting. If there's no dew, just like the other day, over 21 to 40 is going to be testing out there for the batters.
You would imagine so. I mean, New Zealand fell behind in that period in the run chase the other day. It was interesting to see a little smirk from Babber as well, because I think he thinks that this surface is going to be a bit better. So he was almost being bold enough to say, you know, 300 plus may well be on the cards. And of course, he does not have Shadab now, who we've just heard is injured. So he doesn't have that leg break bowler for the second half. So all in all, good surface, post 300. I reckon you can defend it.
There you go.
Toss and pitch report brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Well, New Zealand have won the toss and they have elected to field, and there's been 5 changes for Pakistan. Don't ask me what those changes are, because it's half the team that's gone. We will be talking about that after this break, but for now, thank you so much for your thoughts, Rooj, or is it your thoughts? I've forgotten who's leaving after the show.
I'm leaving.
It's one of them. One of them is leaving us and another person is joining us. But yeah, and there's been a few changes for New Zealand as well, but we'll talk about that just on the other side. Back on the Inverex Solar Energy Pitch Side Show, and the news from the centre is that New Zealand has won the toss and they have elected to field first. I've now been joined by Mr. Butch. Butch, nice to have you here. I want to talk about the cricket, but I think we may have a little surprise for you from David. David and our team's got a little surprise for him. He's sneakily coming from the back.
Butch, I went shopping yesterday, and we've got a very special gift for you. It had your name written all over it.
Yeah.
Now, you were more of a test player than anything, quality test player, so it's in test colours, and I think it'll keep you cool out in the middle. There you go. Perfect little leather number.
Leather?
Shelby from Peaky Blinders.
Very breathable.
There's our Shelby.
It's just got and you can see here, it's got quality leather goods. It's endorsed. It's proper leather.
All the way from the Zainab Market. So it's been named after me, but orchestrated by Grant Elliott. Supporting role from Arooj Mumtaz. Supporting role also from Sikandar Bakht.
Yeah.
We've all been in on this to present you with this lovely
Well, I mean,
tea
thank
cap.
you very much. I love Grant Elliott. I was his captain for a very short amount of time, but I always thought that he was an idiot. And leather in this weather is basically absolutely confirming my thought.
I've got to say, though, it suits you.
Thank you.
It's looking great
Thank
on
you.
you. And Grant's got a great choice, I've got to say, in this department, indeed. That took no time. That took no time to throw it away.
It's making the melon very, very warm.
Yeah, he looked at what is the cheaper one. He said, I'm going to get the cheapest cab in the book. And oh, wow. Look at this. I mean, Aruj, do you want to try this on as well? Grant, do you want to pass it on? I think it's safe to say that we're all having a lot of fun, but we need to be looking at the sides now, finally. I think that's what people want to hear.
I think
Pakistan's team first. Aruj, I'll let you do the talking in that regard because there have been 5 changes.
5 changes. Yeah, some of them a little bit baffling, but anyway, Shan Masood comes in for Imam Ulaq. Iftikhar comes in, that was probably one change which was on the card. Mohammad Haris comes in as well. Hussam Amir for Shadab Khan and Mohammad Wasim Jr. for Naseem Shah. So Abdullah sits out, Shadab, Naseem, Imam and Mohammad Nawaz, they all sit out. Again, it looks a very, very good side. And Babar didn't mention 2 of the players had niggles, one of them workload management and one of them rotation policies as well. But again, it's good in the sense that they are trying out their bench strength and they've got enough players in terms of replacements if they are required in the future.
And if Iftikhar is playing, who you mentioned that you want to see him in the side at least just to see what he can offer in this particular format. Let's talk about New Zealand. There's been a cap that was presented to Ben Lister earlier on, and you've also got other changes, Tickner coming in. So they've tried to work things around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have 1 or 2 niggles as well. They obviously lost the series. A debut for Lister, left-arm quick bowler. He offers them a little bit of something in terms of a change of angle. Jimmy Neesham in the side, I think, is very important because it gives them that little bit of extra power, especially given that they've decided to chase once again. And Blair Tickner, big, tall man. If he can hold a really tight line and length on off-stump, it will make life difficult for Pakistan's batters with a new ball.
All right, let's see what happens in that regard. But with regards to the crowd and spectators that we've seen throughout the series, Pindi was fantastic. Karachi, crowds, you need to wake up. You need to come to the ground. That's what we need from all of you. But some very passionate fans as well. It's time for Gupshup with the lovely Mehak.
In the largest city of Pakistan, Karachi, where Pakistan has sealed the series by 3-0 after gaining victory in the last ODI. And now we're here today for the 4th ODI, so let's go speak to the fans and ask them their thoughts.
आपको क्रिकेट का कितना शौक है? क्रिकेट का तो बहुत ही शौक है, बस जब देखने का मज़ा तब आता है जब पाकिस्तान अपनी परफॉर्मेंस दे. जब पाकिस्तान डाउन हो जाता है तो फिर ये होता है बस अब अपनी स्क्रीन्स को ऑफ कर दिया जाए और बस दिल ख़राब हो जाता है. इतनी शौक से अपना टाइम हम लोग निकाल के बैठते हैं कि नहीं मैच देखना है घर के काम काज छोड़ के, तो फिर जब उसकी परफॉर्मेंस डाउन होती है तो दिल दुखता है कि यार मतलब सारे काम छोड़े हम मैच देखने बैठ रहे हैं और फिर वो कभी उनकी वो बैटिंग ना डाउन होती है, कभी बॉलिंग डाउन होती है, किसी ना किसी एक रीज़न की वजह से वो बैक पे आ जाते हैं. अच्छी खासी टीम चल रही होती है, फिर कोई ना कोई या तो बैटिंग डाउन हो जाती है या बॉलिंग डाउन हो जाती है, तो फिर वो सारा मज़ा ख़राब हो जाता है.
तो इस सीरीज़ की परफॉर्मेंस, पाकिस्तान की परफॉर्मेंस से तो आप बहुत ही खुश होंगी क्योंकि आप ऐसे लग रहा है कि आप सही डाई हार्ड क्रिकेट फ़ैन हैं.
हाँ जी, ये कि हम लोग जब अभी ये जो गया है परसों वाला जो इनका था, हम लोगों ने वैसे काफ़ी जब ना इनकी हम लोगों ने फर्स्ट इनिंग देखी तो था कि नहीं अच्छा है, मतलब अच्छा किया इन लोगों ने, हम लोगों की एक्सपेक्टेशन से ज़्यादा कर दिया.
अच्छा, अब बॉलिंग की तरफ चलते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स शाहीन शाह अफरीदी तो हमारे पास है, हमारे पास वर्ल्ड क्लास बॉलर्स हैं, बेस्ट बॉलिंग अटैक इन द वर्ल्ड उसको कहा जाता है. तो नसीम शाह की बॉलिंग के बारे में आप इस सीरीज़ में क्या कहेंगे?
इस सीरीज़ में नसीम शाह की बॉलिंग के बारे में लास्ट टाइम का अगर मैं डिस्कस करूँ तो मार्क चैपमैन की जो विकेट थी, नसीम शाह ने जो क्लीन बोल्ड किया था वो गेम चेंजिंग विकेट थी. जैसे आपको पता है विकेट मिल नहीं रही थी पाकिस्तान टीम को उस लास्ट मैच में, अच्छी खासी पार्टनरशिप चल रही थी, लेकिन नसीम शाह की वो बॉल मुझे आज तक, मैं खुद उसको कम से कम 3 से 4 बार देख चुका हूँ कि मुझे स्टिल वो मतलब एक सेंस ऑफ जॉय है.
आपको लगता है कि पाकिस्तान आज फिर से मैच जीत सकेगा या फिर आपको लगता है कि न्यूजीलैंड एक नए प्लान के साथ आएगी?
नहीं, अकॉर्डिंग टू मी पाकिस्तान को जीतना चाहिए, लेकिन अगर ऑपोजिट साइड देखे जाए तो दोनों टीम्स अपनी जान मारेंगी, क्योंकि अगर तो वाइट वॉश हो गए तो बिल्कुल ही आपको पता है आफ्टर 12 ईयर्स पाकिस्तान जीता है न्यूजीलैंड से ODI सीरीज़. तो अगर तो ये लोग हारते हैं, ठीक है, तो इनके लिए एक बैड मोमेंटम नहीं होगा क्योंकि ऑलरेडी सीरीज़ तो विन कर चुके हैं. तो उनका ये आई थिंक सो कि अकॉर्डिंग टू मी न्यूजीलैंड का ये माइंडसेट होगा कि यार कम से कम वाइट वॉश ना हो.
Well, you heard it here from the public, so let's see if the men in green will be able to continue their winning streak and go for a whitewash, or will the Kiwis be able to stop them from getting to that ICC ODI #1 ranking? Stay tuned to find out.
All right, you heard it from the fans. Thank you so much, Rouge and Butch. It was lovely to hear your thoughts once again. New Zealand has won the toss and they have elected to bowl first. 5 changes for Pakistan, few changes for New Zealand as well. All of that on the other side. Don't go anywhere.